Just on cue. I like that. Don't even have to do a test or anything. All right, welcome everyone to the Shirley House of Hope's Recovery Center ribbon cutting ceremony. What a great honor and opportunity for us. I'm Scott Larson, Executive Director with the Marshfield Area Chamber of Commerce and Industry. It's my pleasure to act as the Master of Ceremonies for this ribbon cutting ceremony. 2008, if I'm right, we were back here and opened up and helped to do the ribbon cutting back then, and it's amazing what has transformed in about 11 years here, and now we're back again to help you celebrate the Recovery Center. So what a fantastic opportunity. There's a few people here that we're going to have speak. Before we start that, I want to recognize Greg Revernick from U.S. Senator Baldwin's office. Greg is here. Appreciate him being here. Thank you, Greg, and pass along our best to the Senator. Well, as I mentioned, we do have some other speakers here, so let's jump into that. Up first, representing the City of Marshfield, Mayor Bob McManus. Mayor?
Good evening, everybody. It was pretty interesting how everybody just quieted down on the cue. I'm very sorry because I do have to leave. We got a city planning meeting at 7 and I have to get there for that. So I do apologize that I do have to go, but I really wanted to be here. This is an amazing, amazing place. I don't think there's something better that we can give to people than hope and to get them back on the right path. I just think that's priceless. And it's unfortunate we live in a world where it's needed, but we're so thankful that you are here because you are changing lives. Where there's so many businesses with products, and business in general is great. But the fact that you're changing lives, and not just the people that you change, but the people that they change, I don't think there's anything better in the world. So I want you to know with all sincerity, from myself as mayor, from your common council, and all the citizens of Marshfield, we stand behind you. We're so thankful that you're here, and we thank you for calling Marshfield home. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Very profound. Great comments. Thank you, Mayor. Well, up next is going to be one of the co-founders. We're going to have Sue Poole come up and talk a little bit more about what's all going on here. Sue?
Thank you, Scott. I just wanted to say welcome. Oh, we are so glad that you're all here to help us celebrate the opening of the Recovery Center. We have been so blessed by the support of the amazing community of Marshfield. Without the partnership of the businesses, organizations, churches, and caring individuals in our community, this place of hope and restoration would not have become a reality. Shirley's House of Hope was just a tiny vision that God gave two crazy ladies.
Speak for yourself.
I'm crazy. Back in 2007, and God has fanned that spark into a passion and a flame shared by many others, staff and volunteers, who have a heart to help hurting women and children. When we opened our doors in 2010, we had no idea where this adventure would take us. We have had the privilege of touching the lives of over 400 women and children. As soon after we opened, we realized that women caught in the cycle of abuse often use alcohol and drugs to cope with their situation. More time was needed for these precious women to make huge changes required to rebuild their lives, so we expanded our program from 6 months to 9 months. Then, ladies, as they finished the program, we saw them struggle with the transition back into the world. They needed a place to be more independent, but also a place with a safety net to catch them before they turned to destructive behaviors. And because of generous donors, we have this beautiful building to give women and children time necessary to successfully transition. There is just no possible way for me to express the depths of gratitude that the women and children feel by being given this gift of hope for a future different from the hurt in their past. It feels like an outpouring of love to the women who have been told that they were unlovable, ugly, and worthless. I wish I could convey to you that very special moment when a woman going through our program gets that look in her eye when she believes again. For the first time in a long time, there's hope. She is transformed by the power of God's love from someone just surviving to someone who's thriving, with dreams for her future and the future of her children. Thank you for supporting, encouraging, and standing beside us as women and children's lives are rebuilt and renewed and restored. Thank you.
This is an amazing history and journey that we've been through, and I wanted to start out tonight by saying thank you to God. He is the one who gave us this vision and has been faithful to provide for Shirley's House of Hope through the years. When we first started, Sue and I staffed the shelter together 24/7, and we would get up in the morning and go, oh my goodness, how are we going to get through the day? And here we are now, 11 years later, with 2 facilities operating, expanded program, and totally debt-free. Wow. He is the one that heals the brokenhearted and bestows on women the crown of beauty instead of ashes, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. And I also want to say thank you to our board. I'd like you to come up here and stand behind me, please. And they are the ones who have really provided the wisdom and guidance that we need in order to grow this ministry and build a firm foundation for it. And also they're the ones who keep taking a giant step of faith to move us forward, that we can attain this building and provide an expanded program that really research is showing us can have a 100% success rate. Wow. So this is a very exciting venture for Shirley's. And of course I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. You were invited tonight because each of you have played a significant role in partnering with Shirley's House of Hope and making this possible. You are the ones that are ending domestic violence for women and children here at Shirley's House of Hope. And now with our expanded services also ending drug and alcohol addictions. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your partnership. We've grown from a vision that Sue and I had to really thousands of people giving of their time and their talents and their finances to make this happen. We have over 60 people that volunteer each year on a regular basis to make all of these services available that these women need. So thank you for your generosity. Thank you for saying no more to domestic violence and drug addictions. And so Tammy is here too. She is our Director of Development and has played an instrumental role really in securing funds and coordinating all the efforts to prepare this recovery center for services. So Tammy or Detsy?
Thank you, Julie. Assistant development.
For a little while.
I have to keep reminding her so that she's not going anywhere. Sue, we have a second building. I just want to say, this was pretty much Sue's vision to acquire this building, and so when this building became vacant a year ago, January, Julie and Sue went to the board and said, I think, we need to purchase this building, and the board said, no. We are not going to go into debt, right? And how, kids or even adults sometimes, go, well, what do you mean, we really feel like, God wants us to have both buildings, and so we had a generous donor purchase that building, just believed in, said, I want you to do drug recovery, and so purchased the building and donated to Shirley's House of Hope. So when we wait For God, He just shows up and does the miracle, right? So we are so excited about that, and so that was a year ago, January, and then last September, we started the renovations, and the first things were the roof. You know, I wanted to do paint and flooring, but as the wise men or the board says, nope, we need to do, no, it was really Julie. We need to do the roof. We need to do the roof first. So we took the hottest day of the year, September 15th. It was 90 degrees, and we still had people, volunteers come, and I don't even remember how many it was. It was close to 40, and so amazing. So thank you so much for that. The generosity of this community is amazing, and every day I stand in awe of what this community does, and all the volunteers and staff and donors. And so we thank you for coming tonight. We thank you for taking that time, and so all the people that sponsored rooms, they're just so adorable. We're so excited to show them off to you tonight. And furniture, we've been painting furniture, we've been doing a lot of faithful with the little things that God has given us, right? And so we've been taking a lot of heart and pride, you know, kind of treating this as our own home. And so we want to share it with you and want you to know that this is your home too. This is what you helped create, and it's an amazing gift to this community. Because I don't know anyone else that does the program and transitional services. And so welcome to the New Recovery Center. And we have 2 people currently living here, and 2 more coming this fall that do struggle with drugs and alcohol. And so we will be hiring a director of recovery. So we're getting that person's office ready. Not totally complete, but we have a really good start. And so we have people stationed in this building and next door. And so as you go around, we invite you to take a tour, and there will be people around to, you know, help navigate that, and you can ask any questions, and we'll try to answer them. And we also have cookies and coffee and water, and so help yourself to those things. So thank you for coming. We do thank you so much for I want to say to our board chair, Kevin, he doesn't just isn't just our board chair. He has been here not only painting and, you know, sponsoring a room, and so I love that our board is so active in what we do and in our fundraising and just our everyday things here too. So thank you so much for all you do. So. Okay, let's have fun.
Not done yet.
We're not.
Not done yet. It's a ribbon cutting for a reason. All right. Who wants to? Sue?
Well, Julie too.
Yes?
I can't do it by myself.
And then we've got Tammy and the board behind you. That'll
Yeah.
be perfect. Let's do this on the count of 3.
Do it now. Yes.
1, 2, 3. All right. Again, thank you. We're glad to be a part of this. Since its formation, it's been a great partnership with the Chamber and Shirley's House of Hope. We're very appreciative for everything you do. I think it's a case of we wish the community didn't need a facility like this, but thank God we do have a facility like this, and that your vision came to fruition. And you've added the center here now, and Tammy, I think you're the one that mentioned it. It was a case of, yes, this is one fantastic community. This community is extremely supportive, and just look at what the things it can do. So again, we wish you all the best with the center opening up here, and God's will for what you're doing. We appreciate that very much. So that will conclude the ribbon cutting then for Shirley's House of Hope Recovery Center. But as Amy mentioned, there's certainly tours, there's refreshments available, so please do stay, see the facilities, and have a little fellowship as long as you're here this evening. So again, thank you very much.